A lot of talk going around the YWC about the build of WrestleMania. A lot of people saying that it's been weak. And I'm here to prove all those naysayers wrong. And WrestleMania 27, in my opinion, has had some great build. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not completely oblivious. Not every match has had stellar build. Let's just be honest. Anytime you have Snooki in a match, you know that the build has probably been very minimal, if any. So, yeah, that poor John Morrison and Dolph Ziggler, two guys that they just deserve to wrestle each other one-on-one. Talk about a match right there. We've seen it many times, but man, that would definitely be considered a possibly a 5-star classic if given the right amount of time. But you've got Lay Cool, Trish Stratus, and Snooki involved in the match. To be quite honest, I'm not sure how this match came about. I've watched every episode of Raw. I've seen it. I mean, I know I haven't missed anything, but one day you have Snooki as a guest freaking star on Raw, and she's thrown into a freaking match. Now, I have one problem with that. You've got another match. That's probably the worst built match, without a doubt. Not probably, that is definitely the worst built match on the card. Now let me get to the best built match on the card. Now I'm going to put these two matches together. You'll see in a little bit. You got Michael Cole and Jerry King Lawler going one-on-one with Stone Cold as a special guest referee. Without a doubt, the best built match on the card. You cannot deny that it is not the best. This match has been building for months, and I mean months. You got Michael Cole for the last year or so doing his best to become the best heel on the whole WWE roster, and he has succeeded in doing just that. People are ready to see Michael Cole get his head ripped off. The way he has been doing his promos with the King the last several weeks, getting his family involved and all that, that is just downright cold. And Michael Cole is just asking for an ass whipping. And I love how he now has the coal mine at ringside. I love how he has just kicked up the annoyance factor in his whole gimmick. I love it. It's just great TV. A lot of people hate Michael Cole, but I like what he does. I think he does a great job. His job is to annoy the shit out of you. His job is to get under your skin and totally despise the person. And man, he's really done the job. He's done it. What else can you say? Now, is this match going to be the best technical match of the night? Hell no, it's not. You've got a 60-something-year-old man and Jerry King Lawler going up against a 40-something-year-old Michael Cole, who has never been in a wrestling ring, to wrestle, that is. And you're not going to see a bunch of chain wrestling. That's just not going to happen. But you are going to see an ass whooping. You got Stone Cold as a special guest referee. I'm sure he's going to get involved with that match. You know Jerry King Lawler is going to get some redemption on Michael Cole. No doubt about it. But this match, I am looking forward to seeing. I really am. It's going to be entertaining. And I can't wait to see what happens to Michael Cole. A lot of people are saying, I think Spinner even said this, that Michael Cole has to bleed. And he's right. This is one of these moments where blood is almost needed because he has been so hardcore towards Jerry King Lawler. You know, he has been just spewing out this verbal garbage and really just been downright disgusting towards Jerry King Lawler. You know, you definitely want to see Michael Cole just get the holy hell beat out of him, and I really think Jerry King Lawler is going to do just that. But so look at that match right there, Jerry King Lawler and Michael Cole. That's some great build. Now, I was saying how we're gonna relate this match to the Snooki match. Now, another part of the storyline with Jerry King Lawler and Michael Cole is that, well, Jerry King Lawler has been with the WWE for the last, 15 plus years, and he has never once appeared on WrestleMania in a match. Never had a match at WrestleMania. In fact, Bryan Christopher he was part of the storyline as well last week or two, I believe, a couple weeks ago I should say. He came out, shot his father down, slapped him in the face a couple times and said, "Hey Daddy, I was at WrestleMania in a match before you were." So it's like, you've got Jerry King Lawler finally getting a WrestleMania match. And then you have Snooki, a bitch that doesn't even belong in a wrestling ring. A bitch that doesn't even belong on TV for that matter. Just getting a WrestleMania match. Just getting it handed to her. I'm like, really? Is this really happening? Yes it is. And that's why that Snooki match is just going to suck ass. But enough about that. I did find it to be kind of interesting. You know, you got Jerry King Lawler, you know, working his whole life to have a match at WrestleMania. 40 plus years in the business. Anyways, let's get to another match real quick. Rey Mysterio and Cody Rhodes. Holy cow. Here's another match that I'm looking forward to seeing. Wow, what a great build. This match has been building for the last several months as well. Cody Rhodes and Rey were in a match several weeks ago. Probably several months ago, I should say. Cody Rhodes does a Rey Mysterio does a 619 on to Cody Rhodes, busting his face up. You know, he's got those dashing good looks. He's always trying to protect the face. Anyways, he got busted in the face by the 619, so he was out of action for a while. He had to get his dashing good looks back. So he had some reconstructive plastic surgery. Not really, but he's saying he did. So now he's out with a plastic mask to protect his face. I love how he's really gotten into the character. I love Cody Rhodes now. He's really gotten into it. I love how he's ashamed when he walks out to the ring. You know, he's just really getting into the character, and I think it's great. It's going to be great for him in the long run because I just think that Cody Rhodes is really going to go far in the WWE. I really do. But you got the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, getting involved. Now, this happened a couple weeks ago. He was basically getting on to Cody, saying, hey, you know, Rey Mysterio is family. He has been with us for a long time. He's been friends with us forever. You know, he's not out there to hurt us. And you're thinking, wow, you know, American Dream is taking up for Rey, and as the American Dream is shaking Rey's hand, Rey Mysterio tries to pull away, but he can't because he's got the gator grip on him. And what does Cody do? He comes up from behind and knocks Rey out. I was like, awesome. There's the American Dream helping his son out like he should be doing. So I thought that was great. But they have been constantly interfering with Cody has been interfering with Rey's matches. I really like this. And I think that it's really building for a great match. I just hope that the storytelling is there in the match because the build has been there. They just need to really bring that emotion out in the match. But there's another great match that has had some great build. Okay, let's talk about CM Punk and Randy Orton. This build has been pretty good. It hasn't been bad, I should say. You've had Randy Orton wrestling each member of the Nexus each week. And if any of those members of the Nexus defeat Randy Orton, then they can be at ringside to help CM Punk in his match. Well, unfortunately, none of those members of Nexus could defeat Randy Orton. And to top it all off, he also punted each and every one of those members in the head. So basically, all the members of Nexus have been out of action. They have been punted out of the WWE, so to speak. And now you've got CM Punk by himself going into this match. Now, it's interesting to see how this is going to be played out. I don't think CM Punk really needs to be in the group. I think he's solid on his own. But I do like him as a leader of the group. I like him as a leader of Nexus. I like him as the leader of the Straight Society. He's really good at talking, so he's able to really build up his posse and as well as himself as well. But what's going to happen? I think that someone, maybe an old member from Nexus, is going to maybe return to help out CM Punk. Maybe a Skip Sheffield or somebody like that. But I think this build has been pretty good. I'm not really a fan of Orton anymore. He's kind of, I've said this before, and I'm sure many other people in the YWC have said this as well, but he's just boring. He really is. He's Randy the Robot Orton. That's all I can say. But I've enjoyed the build. Not bad at all. We got Sheamus and Daniel Bryan going in for the United States Championship. Now, this build hasn't had much time, but it has had a few weeks, and this kind of match I don't think needs a lot of build. You have Sheamus basically going into this match as the United States Champion. You have Daniel Bryan going in as the former United States Champion, using his rematch clause at Mania, which I really liked how he basically came out and challenged him at WrestleMania. I like that. But you got Sheamus, the King of the Ring, and I'm not sure where this came from, but the commentators are talking as if there's a King of the Ring curse. I never heard of this curse. I really haven't. But Sheamus is bound and determined to prove that, you know, he's not going to be, he's not going to be cursed by being the King of the Ring. And he's been doing pretty well. They've had some good matches with one another. Sheamus has kind of dominated Daniel Bryan in their last few matches, which I don't like. I think Daniel Bryan deserves a little more credit. He is a hell of a wrestler. But we're definitely going to see Daniel Bryan get some offense at WrestleMania. It's not going to be a one-sided match. I don't see that happening whatsoever. But Sheamus, United States champion going up against Daniel Bryan. It's been a pretty good little build. Like I said, this kind of match doesn't need a big, elaborate storyline. It just needs to have two guys who want to beat the shit out of each other, and that's what you have here. It's going to be a good little grudge match. So now we got Edge and Alberto Del Rio. This build's been good, okay to good. I'm not a fan of Edge anymore per se. I just can't get back into thinking that he's a good wrestler. He is a good wrestler. I'm just not really into his promos anymore. It's just kind of lame. But I love Alberto Del Rio. I love it. I don't like the fact that he has a bodyguard now. I think Brodus Clay is his name. I don't like that. He doesn't need any of that. But I guess Brodus Clay needs a job, so why not be Alberto Del Rio's manager? Hell, we'll give you a paycheck if you can do that. But this build has been, it's been good. I haven't really been paying much attention to SmackDown, so I really can't say. I mean, I haven't. But this should be a good match. I think Alberto Del Rio and Edge will put on a good match. I like the interaction they've had with each other each week. Christian getting involved, having matches with Alberto Del Rio. I heard a rumor that they might make this a triple threat match. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in WWE? But the build has been okay. Let's see. Miz and Cena. Or I should say Miz, Cena, and The Rock, right? Cena, it seems as if they've been putting the focus on The Rock and Cena, and they have. It's just been, the last couple weeks where The Miz has really got himself involved. And The Miz has really been doing this thing. I love it. He's been getting the upper hand each week, kicking Cena's ass. I think that's great. I really hope The Miz can retain this match, but who knows? But the build has been there. It really has. Yes, it's been mainly The Rock and Cena, but The Miz has gotten some shots in there, and I've enjoyed it. Okay, the last match, you have Undertaker and Triple H. At first, I was a naysayer on this match, because we've seen Taker and Triple H go at each other. But hell, it has been 10 years. Who says you can't take on the same guy at WrestleMania? It's been done before. So at least it has been 10 years since the first time they took on each other at Mania. Now, I will say, I loved HBK's involvement in this match. I like how he's been giving those interviews each week, talking about Triple H and Undertaker. I also like the little promo vignettes they've been doing with the legends, talking to the current superstars and the legends about this match. Let's face it, guys, Undertaker's not going to lose. But I like how they really do a good job with making you think that it possibly could happen. I love HBK saying how the only reason I couldn't beat Undertaker is because I had emotion. I couldn't separate the emotion from the match. The one thing about Triple H, if Triple H can't take emotion away from a match, which means he has no emotion, which means he doesn't give a shit what happens in the match. He will do whatever it takes to win. I like how they're trying to go down that road, and I like how, of course, they're bringing up the streak for Undertaker. That's all he has. That's what he strives and braves for, is the streak. They do it each year, but, I know he's not going to lose. He's not going to lose, but there's always that sliver of hope, or maybe even doubt that, maybe it is Triple H. You never know, but the build's been there. I think it's been good. Like I said, each one of these matches have had good build. Not great, especially not freaking Morrison, Trish Stratus, Snooki going up against Ziggler. I'm like, oh, hell, that's not good build whatsoever. That's a beer match if I've ever seen one. But every other match, good in my book. Well, let me know what you think. What do you think about this year's WrestleMania build? A lot of people have not liked it. Hopefully this video will change their minds, because if you actually break down each match and look at what has been happening with each superstar involved in each match, you can see that, hey, there's something there, and some matches have better build than others, but that's just the nature of the beast, that's just how it goes. Not every match can have stellar build. It just doesn't work that way. But I do agree, though, WrestleMania is that one pay-per-view a year where every match should be freaking epic as far as build, match quality, and all that. But unfortunately, we don't live in that era of wrestling anymore. It doesn't happen. But I like it. I think WrestleMania is going to be a great pay-per-view, and I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, let me know what you think about each build. Let me know what you think about the build of WrestleMania. Do you think it's worth a shit? I do. And this is Gold Dizzy. Peace.